Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about Islam Makhachev, lightweight champion of the UFC. Next match against number one contender Arman Tsarukyan, which would be their second fight. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Even though Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler were set to fight at 170, I'm pretty sure that the winner of this fight was going to be in talks of some type of matchup or a direct title contention if Conor was to win. But if Chandler was to win, I don't think that he would have got a direct title shot afterwards. He would have probably had to face another top contender before he would have got to the title. But my personal opinion, if Conor was to finish Michael Chandler, UFC 303, then he would have been up next for that title. Of course, after the Arman Tsarukyan, Islam Makhachev title bout. I do understand that there's a bit of shared history between Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. The first fight between the two ended in decision. I don't want to say it was an anticlimactic fight, but certainly wasn't the most impressive fight. I believe that the second fight between the two is going to be very similar to the first. I don't see these guys knocking one another out. In all honesty, it's going to be a lot of wrestling. This one is going to be a stale match. With all respect to both fighters, I say that because both of them have somewhat similar styles. I do understand that Arman Tsarukyan is perhaps more of a striker than Islam Makhachev in direct comparison, that is. But they're both generally wrestlers, rely on wrestling more often. Who would come out on top in the second fight between the two? And who would be the better wrestler? Who is actually the better wrestler out of the two? Well, logic says that the champion, current lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev, is the better wrestler, the more effective striker. And obviously his record and his championship status cements these statements. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see Chandler McGregor. I was super stoked not only for the fight itself, but for Conor's chances of getting a title shot if he was to get past Chandler. Unfortunately for, I want to say, Chandler, the UFC, and the fans, not so much Conor McGregor. I don't think Conor's really losing much in this situation. Just because Conor's situation, anytime he comes back, is going to be the same. Lots of eyes, lots of media attention, and perhaps direct title shots. So I don't think Conor's losing any much by not participating in a fight against Chandler. But certainly the UFC and the fans in general, we lost out on the entertainment factor that Conor McGregor brings. Obviously, if he was to get past Chandler and Makhachev was to get past Tsarukyan, then we would have saw a super fight between the two. Unfortunately, at least for now, this idea is to be postponed perhaps to a different time. Even the Tsarukyan Makhachev fight does not have an exact date as of now. I want to say that this fight's perhaps going to close off the year. Maybe December we get to see the two face off. I do understand on the surface there's nothing official, but perhaps within the next few months we are going to see something official in terms of a date for this particular fight. I don't want to say I'm excited for Tsarukyan Makhachev, but I'm certainly excited for what happens next for Makhachev. I believe that Islam has Tsarukyan to deal with. Who else? Who else is Islam going to fight in that lightweight division? I thought that it would have been perhaps Conor McGregor if he was to get past Chandler. Obviously, that's not going to happen anytime soon, at least. I don't want to say Justin Gage is still in that mix somehow, even though technically he is. He did not lose a fight in his division. It was for the BMF title, which, even though it was at 155, I still consider that out of the division. It was a fight out of that division, especially taking into consideration Gaethje's opponent the night of the fight where he lost the BMF title, Max Holloway, at 145er. They stepped up in weight to fight Gaethje at 155, but still, I don't think that Gaethje kind of lost a fight in his direct division, and we can probably still say perhaps Justin Gaethje still has a chance after Arman Tsarukyan. Depends on what Gaethje does in the next few months, but I think that for Islam, he's only interested in the Tsarukyan fight. If the Gaethje fight happens, this would be a very tough fight for Islam. If it doesn't happen, then we'll probably see that welterweight move, the inevitable welterweight move for Islam Makhachev after Arman Tsarukyan. All of this is speculation as of now. None of it is official. I'm super excited for what happens for Islam next after the Tsarukyan fight. With all respect to Arman Tsarukyan here. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.